everything changes and the brain goes really fast. And I think Adrien just had a lot going on. I noticed that something was wrong early on. His reflexes and everything. He was twitching a lot. He was nervous reflexes. You know what I mean? Using a lot of energy and was afraid. You can put his head down and everything possible to get away. Right there, somewhere along the line, he felt something from Mikey that had him doing it.
Kelly,
go ahead.
You said you wouldn't have a plan. Exactly what you said. You wouldn't have a plan.
Well, he didn't have one though, but that's why I knew. The reason why I mentioned that was it was obvious in the Madonna fight. It was obvious in the Porter fight. You know, and then a little bit with Paul fight. You know, Adrien struggled. He has the same style as Mayweather, but what separates Mayweather and Adrien Broner is this: Mayweather is all-time great, and it's going to go down as one of the greatest fighters of all time because Mayweather had that game plan A that Broner has, okay? Or Broner actually comes off Mayweather. But if you ever notice when shit hit the fan, Mayweather always had B and C. And not only did he have B and C, but they were well planned out, and he won the fights convincingly.
Is that what happened in the first Taylor fight? I was there in Atlantic City with all of Youngstown.
No, I got caught with a good shot, and I came back because of my power and speed and chin, and I won that fight. And I had great conditioning, you know, very, very good conditioning for a middleweight. I had a lot of punches, and that was the difference. Determination too. You know, I put fire with fire, and I think I proved that though. The fight before when I fought a guy that nobody else would fight, Miranda, and look what I did with Miranda. You know, I actually backed him up and took the fight to him. So, you know, there's a difference, guys. You know, not everybody's the same. Just like, you know, another, you know, not kind of the same comparison, but fighters with father's time. You get some guys that'll get old at 35, 36 years old when they get in the ring, and you get guys like Bernard Hopkins that can go to 50-some years old. So everything is different. I mean, a mentality in a fighter, you know, Mikey Garcia's natural abilities that he does is just, you know, it's hard. That's part of his being a fighter. My mentality and determination in a fight is something that you're not going to get unless you're born with it. And Adrien Broner, I don't think is born with the fact of fighting fire. You know, like get in the middle of shit. You know, I don't know how else to explain it. I don't want to say balls because every boxer has balls, of course, you know, and heart. But, you know, there's just a little hesitation with it.
Instead of just trying to survive, you mean fight after you get hurt or you're down, fight to win.
Like, you know, it's the term ride or die, or you know, fucking put my bulletproof vest on and I know I'm going to take shots still, but I'm going to give mine. You know, that's what you got to do to win. That's what you do to become a world champion, especially at the top level. You got to find every little thing that's out there or that you got in your arsenal to win. This is a top level game. Boxing is no joke, especially at this level. And if you want to be the champion, you got to dig and you got to find anything and everything you can to win a fight. And you got to.
Were you surprised that Mikey had Adrien Broner backing up on the ropes most of the fight?
No, it wasn't. Again, Mikey's hits hard. Okay, and as we just said, Adrien is not a big fan of people that are hitting him. He don't look for them. I was not surprised by that, but I was more surprised about tonight. And again, I'm going to say this: I know Mikey was a hell of a fighter, or a tactician, and tactical fighter, and he's got natural ability. But I was just really surprised how he made that fight go his way, and how he actually outboxed. He outboxed, he outslugged, and his defense was superb tonight. A couple of jobs here and there, and that was